Hey everyone, and welcome to our deep dive
Ooh, deep dive.
into the Mahindra Thar Roxx.
Yes.
We are going to be looking at two first drive impressions of this brand new 5-door SUV.
All right.
And yeah, it should be interesting because they're trying to bridge the gap between like a rugged off-road icon and like a family-friendly vehicle.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a tough one to do, right? Because,
Yeah.
when you start adding luxury features and you start making something more practical,
Yeah.
you often lose that off-road capability.
Right.
So I'm really interested to see if they're able to pull it off.
Yeah. And both of these articles mention right off the bat, one of the biggest drawbacks of the original Thar was that backseat situation.
Oh, yeah, it was notoriously cramped back there.
Yeah.
Difficult to get into.
Yeah.
Not a pleasant place to be.
Yeah. They both basically say it was a major pain point.
Yeah, and it seems like Mahindra has listened to that feedback.
Yeah.
Because the Roxx comes with
Wait for it.
rear doors.
Rear doors, like actual dedicated rear doors.
Yeah.
And that's made possible by a longer wheelbase.
Yes, much longer.
Which is going to give you more interior space.
Yeah, so like imagine like your friends and your gear all fitting comfortably.
Right.
No more like luggage Tetris or anything.
Exactly. And we don't have exact figures yet.
Yeah.
For the cargo space.
Right.
But they do say that it's significantly more spacious.
Oh yeah, it's like 4.4 meters long.
Yeah, that's a pretty big increase.
That's huge.
From the original Thar.
Yeah, and that tells me they're really trying to appeal to like families and people who need that practicality.
Right, and that's a growing segment,
Yeah.
People want adventure, but they don't necessarily want to sacrifice comfort and space.
All right, so let's talk about the exterior makeover that this thing has gotten.
Okay.
They redesigned the front grille.
Yes, they did.
And both articles say that it's meant to be distinctive.
But they also kind of hint that it might be polarizing.
I think it's one of those love it or hair it kind of designs.
Yeah.
Some people are going to be really into it.
Yeah.
And some people are going to be like, what were they thinking?
Yeah, and I can see that.
Yeah.
But it definitely grabs your attention.
Yeah, and they've also added those C-shaped DRLs.
Yes. The daytime running lights.
Which really frame those LED headlights nicely.
Gives it a very modern look.
Yeah, and those DRLs are not just for aesthetics.
Right.
They also improve visibility during the day, which is a safety plus.
So form and function
Exactly.
working together.
Yep.
Another cool feature are the alloy wheels on this thing.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about those.
So they were unique to Mahindra's SUV lineup.
Wow.
Like you won't find those on any other Mahindra.
So they're really giving the Roxx its own distinct identity.
Yeah,
with these unique design elements.
Okay, so let's step inside. One of the first things you'll notice is that larger infotainment system.
Yes, powered by Now.
Yes, it's very fancy.
Which, it seems like even these rugged off-roaders, they're embracing that whole tech-heavy trend.
They have to.
Yeah, people want that.
Yeah.
They want that connectivity. They want the entertainment features.
Right.
It's not a luxury anymore. It's a necessity.
And speaking of comfort, they've also added ventilated front seats.
Ooh, that's a nice touch.
Yes, I love ventilated seats.
Especially in a hot climate.
Especially where I live.
It makes a big difference.
Oh, yeah.
On a long drive.
Now, let's talk about a design choice that's causing a little bit of a stir.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
The light-colored upholstery.
Oh, interesting.
So one source is calling it a premium touch.
Oh, okay.
But the other one is like, well, hold on.
Yeah.
This is an off-road vehicle.
Right.
Like, it's going to get dirty.
That's a good point.
So we'll see how that plays out in the real world.
I'm curious about that, too.
Okay. So moving on to the back seats.
Yeah.
Where the Roxx has made, like, the most drastic improvements.
Okay.
Both sources rave about the increased knee and legroom.
That's great to hear.
Which is a huge win for passenger comfort.
Yes.
However, they both agree there's room for improvement.
Where's that?
When it comes to under-thigh support.
Okay, so that's still a bit of an issue.
So if you're planning on taking a long road trip, you might want to bring a pillow.
Right.
But hey, at least the back seats recline now.
Oh, that's a big step up.
Right.
From the original Thar.
Yeah.
Which had fixed backrests.
So that's nice.
Yeah. You can actually find a comfortable position now.
Yeah.
Whether you're on the highway or off-roading.
But, they both agree that storage space in the back is still kind of limited.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bummer.
Yeah, if you're someone who likes to have, like, everything within arm's reach,
right,
you might be a little disappointed.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. Now let's talk about the tech upgrades, because this is where the Roxx really steps up its game.
No, all right, let's hear it.
It comes equipped with Level 2 ADAS.
Now, for those who aren't familiar with that acronym,
Yeah.
that stands for Advanced Driver Assistance Systems.
Right. So we're talking about things like forward collision warning,
Yes.
automatic emergency braking.
Adaptive cruise control.
Yep.
All those features that are designed to make driving a little bit safer.
Yes, and they're becoming more and more prevalent
Absolutely.
in new vehicles.
Yeah, it's great to see it in the Roxx.
And hold on to your hats, audiophiles, because
Yeah.
the Roxx boasts a Harman Kardon sound system,
Ooh, nice.
so you can enjoy your tunes.
Yeah, gotta have that premium audio experience.
In style.
Exactly.
And last but not least, this thing gets a sunroof.
A sunroof.
Yes.
A first for the Thar lineup.
I know.
Oh,
Isn't that crazy?
that's a big deal.
So they're really moving towards a more luxurious experience.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to appeal to a wider audience.
All right, so let's talk performance.
Okay.
The Roxx offers both petrol and diesel engines,
Okay.
with a choice between 4x2 and 4x4 drivetrains.
So they're covering all the bases.
They're giving you options.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
It is.
Now, both reviewers got their hands on the 4x2 diesel variant,
Okay.
which boasts 150 bhp
All right.
and 330 newton-meters of torque.
That's a healthy amount of torque.
It is.
For those who aren't familiar with torque, that basically refers to the pulling power
Yes.
of the engine.
Yeah.
So how easily it can handle,
Yeah.
heavy loads or challenging terrain.
And they were both quite impressed with its everyday drivability,
That's good to hear.
like smooth city driving,
Yeah.
highway stability.
So it's not just an off-roader. It
You
can
know.
handle everyday driving as well.
They did mention some body roll
Yeah.
and a little bit of bobbing at higher speeds.
Yeah, that's kind of to be expected with a vehicle like this.
Yeah.
It's got that boxy design,
Yeah.
high center of gravity.
Yeah, and here's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
Both sources emphasize that the Roxx is not designed to directly compete
Okay.
with established family SUVs like the Hyundai Creta
Right.
or the Kia Seltos.
Interesting. So who is it targeting then?
That's the question, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's like they're trying to carve out their own little niche.
Right. It's not a hardcore off-roader.
Right.
It's not a traditional family SUV.
Right.
It's somewhere in between,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
Yeah. But let's address the elephant in the room.
Okay.
Both articles mention some quality control concerns with the Roxx.
Okay.
Now, we don't have specifics,
Right.
but it's definitely something that potential buyers should be aware of
Absolutely.
and, do their own research,
Yeah, quality and reliability are super important.
especially with a vehicle
Yeah.
that's designed for,
Yeah.
potentially demanding conditions.
Exactly.
So, yeah, that's
It's something to keep an eye on.
that's part one of our Mahindra Thar Roxx deep dive.
Wow, that was a lot of information.
Yeah, we covered a lot of ground,
We did.
but we still have a lot more to discuss.
I'm ready for more.
So stay tuned for part 2, where we'll be delving into the Roxx's off-road capabilities,
Right. I can't wait.
exploring its potential competitors, and uncovering the questions that still need answers.
Sounds good.
All right, we'll be right back.
See ya.
Okay, so we've talked about the design and the comfort and all the tech upgrades.
Yeah.
But the big question is, how does it actually perform off-road?
Right, because that's what the Thar is known for.
Exactly.
Its off-road capabilities.
And unfortunately, these first drive impressions,
Right.
they don't really go into too much detail about that.
Yeah, they focus mostly on the on-road experience.
Right, they mentioned it can go off-road,
Yeah.
but they don't really give us
The nitty-gritty.
yeah, how much ground clearance does it have?
Right. What are the approach and departure angles?
Yeah, how does that 4x4 system actually work?
Yeah, those are all important details.
It's like getting a sneak peek of a meal but not being able to taste it.
I know, right?
But maybe they're just trying to build anticipation,
Yeah, maybe they're saving all that juicy stuff for later.
Yeah.
But while we're waiting for those details,
Yeah.
let's talk about the competition.
Okay, so we know it's not going head-to-head with the Hyundai Creta or the Kia Seltos.
Right.
But what about some of the other vehicles that are in a similar space?
Yeah, that occupy that kind of rugged but practical niche.
Yeah.
Well, one that comes to mind is the Forest Gurkha.
Oh, yeah, a Gurkha.
It's got that classic boxy off-roader look.
Yeah.
But it also offers decent interior space.
Okay.
And some modern features.
Okay.
So it could appeal to a similar buyer.
Right.
Someone who prioritizes capability and ruggedness.
But the Roxx seems like it's going for a more refined experience, though.
Right.
A little bit more comfort.
Yeah, it's trying to be a bit more upscale.
Yeah.
And if we're talking about aspirational off-roaders,
Yeah.
we can't forget about the Jeep Wrangler.
Oh, yeah, the Wrangler.
That's the
This
icon.
is the gold standard.
Yeah, but it also comes with a pretty hefty price tag.
Yeah. The Wrangler's in a different league
Yeah.
when it comes to price.
And brand recognition.
Yeah, for sure.
But it does embody that spirit of adventure
Yes.
and open-air freedom.
And then there's the Maruti Suzuki Jimny,
Oh, yeah, the Jimny.
which has been like making waves lately.
Yeah, it's super popular.
Yeah, it's compact.
Yeah.
It's stylish.
And surprisingly capable off-road
Yeah.
for its size.
So it seems like the Roxx doesn't really have like one direct competitor.
Right, it's kind of in its own category.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Yeah, it's blurring the lines
Yeah.
between categories.
It's a testament to how the SUV market is evolving.
Yeah, for
You know, people want vehicles that can do it all.
Right.
They want adventure, but they also want practicality
Yeah.
and comfort.
Okay, so going back to those questions that we had earlier,
Yeah.
what else are we wondering about?
Well, for me,
Yeah.
I really want to see some actual off-road testing.
Yes, agreed.
Like, I want to see how it handles different terrains.
Yeah, like
Steep inclines.
rock crawling.
Water crossings.
Yeah, the whole shebang.
Yeah. And we also need some concrete fuel efficiency figures.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah, because these articles just kind of mention it in passing.
Right, they say it's fuel efficient.
Yeah, but they don't give us any numbers.
But what does that actually mean? You know, how many kilometers per liter are we talking?
Yeah, and what about long-term reliability?
Yeah, that's always a question mark with a new vehicle.
Yeah.
You know, first impressions are one thing,
Right.
but how does it hold up over time?
And of course, the big one, price.
Yeah.
Like, they say it's going to be positioned above the standard Thar,
Right.
but they don't give us any actual numbers. Yeah, they're keeping that close to the vest.
So it seems like they're really playing this like strategic game of reveal.
Yeah, they're building anticipation.
Yeah.
Which is smart.
And you know it's working because I'm definitely intrigued.
You do. I'm hooked.
So what do you think?
I think the Roxx has a lot of potential.
Yeah.
It's got a lot going for it.
Yeah.
But I'm still waiting to see how it performs in the real world.
Yeah. We need more information.
Yeah, we need those details.
So join us after the break when we tackle the big question.
Okay.
Is the Mahindra Thar Roxx worth the hype?
The moment of truth.
We'll weigh the pros and cons,
Yeah.
explore the unanswered questions, and leave you with some final thoughts.
All right, sounds good.
We'll be right back. Okay, so we spent all this time talking about the Roxx, like going over every little detail.
Yeah, we've looked at the design, the comfort, the tech even speculated about its off-road capabilities.
Right, and I think we've come to the big question now, is it actually worth all this hype?
Yeah, is it the real deal or is it all smoke and mirrors?
Right, because there's a lot to like about it. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Like you've got more space, you've got more comfort, you've got more tech.
It looks good.
It does look good.
It seems like it drives pretty well on the road.
Yeah.
So, you know, from those perspectives, it's ticking a lot of boxes.
But we still have those like lingering questions.
Yeah, like that elephant in the room.
The elephant in the room, exact.
Those quality control concerns.
Right. And what about the off-road performance? Like,
Yeah, we need to see that.
we need to see some actual testing.
Yeah, put it through its paces.
Yeah. And what about the fuel efficiency?
Yeah, those figures are still a mystery.
Yeah. Because they say it's fuel efficient,
Right.
but they don't tell us what that means.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the big question mark is the price.
Yeah, they're being very coy about that.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it'll be positioned above the standard Thar.
Right.
But like, how much above?
Yeah, that's the key question.
Right, because they need to be competitive
Yeah.
with the other vehicles in this class.
Exactly. And they need to justify that premium over the standard Thar.
Right, so it's like they're trying to walk this tightrope,
Yeah.
you know, between appealing to those hardcore off-road enthusiasts
Right.
and then also like a wider audience
Yeah, those
who
families.
want a more practical,
Yeah.
family-friendly SUV.
And that's a tough balance to strike.
It is.
But, you know, I think they've done a good job of generating buzz
Yeah.
and creating this, like, sense of anticipation.
Yeah, like everyone's talking about the Roxx.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to know more about it.
It's definitely got people's attention.
So far, so good.
Yeah, but the real test will be
Yeah.
how it performs in the long run.
Right, like
Yeah.
do those quality control concerns.
Yeah, do they iron those out?
Yeah, and how does it actually hold up
Yeah,
over time?
exactly. And how does the market respond?
Yeah.
Will it be a success or will it be a flop?
And what about the resale value?
Oh, yeah. That's another important factor.
Yeah, like, will it hold its value?
Well,
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
time will tell.
Time will tell.
But for now, I think it's safe to say
Yeah,
that the Mahindra Thar Roxx has definitely shaken things up.
it has.
It's a bold move.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see where it goes from here.
And it's got people thinking about, what they want in an SUV.
Yeah, it's pushing the boundaries
Yeah.
of what an SUV can be.
So I think that's a good place to wrap up our deep dive into the Mahindra Thar Roxx.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's been a lot of fun exploring this new vehicle.
It has.
And I hope you've enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, I've learned a lot.
So until next time, keep those questions coming, keep exploring, and keep diving deep.
And remember, it's not about whether the Roxx is worth the hype.
Yeah.
It's about whether it's the right vehicle for you.
So do your research.
Make an informed decision.
And most importantly,
Happy driving.
happy driving.